Ncert chemistry solutions, solubility, polar and non-polar solvent, dissolution and crystallization, saturated and unsaturated solution, solubility, effect of temperature and pressure in solid, in a liquid, gas in a liquid, carbonic acid, bends, and the condition called anoxia. Solubility of solid in a liquid, polar and non-polar solvent. The substance like sugar and water dissolves well in the polar solvents and like water, but the substance like naphthalene and anthracene dissolves only readily in the organic solvent or non-polar solvents like benzene and carbon tetrachloride. So polar solvent and non-polar solvent. Polar solvent when the dissolves polar substances or polar solute. The non-polar solutes dissolves readily only in non-polar solvents. There we can say that the say like dissolves like. Next one is dissolution and crystallization, the dynamic equilibrium between the dissolution and crystallization. What is dissolution is when a solute dissolves in a solvent, the concentration of the solution increases. So the process is known as the mixing up of solute with the solvent is called dissolution. What is crystallization is some solid particle in a solution collide with the solid particles and get separated out, that is called crystallization. A stage reached where the dissolution and the crystallization occurs at a same rate, that is called dynamic equilibrium. Solid plus solvent forming solution is dissolution. The separation or precipitation or crystallization of solute from the solution is called crystallization. Formation is dissolution, the reverse is called crystallization. Next one is saturated and unsaturated solution. The solute dissolves in a solvent. The condition in which the no more solute can be dissolved in a solvent in a given temperature is called saturated solution. On the other hand, the given condition in a particular temperature, the more solute can be dissolved in a solvent, that is called unsaturated solution. So the concept saturated and unsaturated solution. The concentration of solute in a solution, that is called solubility. The solubility of a solute in a solvent depends upon the two factors, temperature and pressure. The effect of temperature and pressure in the solubility of solid in a liquid that we are going to see. Generally, the increase of temperature increases the solubility of solid in a liquid. For example, nearly a saturated solution, the dissolution process is endothermic. The solubility should increase with rise in the temperature. If it is exothermic, the solubility should decrease. The trend is observed experimentally. So endothermic process, increase of temperature increases. For exothermic process, the solubility decrease with decrease of temperature, proved experimentally given. Effect of pressure in the solid in a liquid. The compression or giving pressure to the solid while formation of solution or dissolution process, pressure don't pose any effect or there is no significant effect of pressure in the dissolution of solid in a liquid. That is the effect of pressure. So next one is solubility of gas in a liquid. The dissolution of gas in a liquid, for example, hydrogen chloride in water, that's highly affected by the change of pressure. Now consider this system or a beaker. Now we are dissolving a gas in a liquid. Now we are applying pressure on the surface of the liquid or a solution. The dissolution increases, the solvation or dissolution of gas in a liquid increases, and again the pressure and solubility of the gas in a solvent depends upon the vapor pressure over the surface, because over the vapor pressure only we have to give the pressure to make the gas dissolve in the solvent. So the dissolution of gas or Dissolution of gas. The solubility of gas in a liquid medium depends upon the vapor pressure over the surface of the solvent. And again, the vapor pressure depends upon the concentration or number of ions or mole fraction of the ion present in the solution. So Henry's law talks about in a given temperature, the solubility of gas in a liquid is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas above the surface of the liquid or surface of the solution. The partial pressure in turn directly proportional to the number of ion or mole fraction. So the partial pressure of the gas in vapor phase is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the gas in the solution, that is concentration of ions or number of ions present in the solution. The partial pressure of the gas is directly proportional to the number of ions present in the solution, that is called Henry's law. So partial pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction. By introducing a constant Kh, the equation is written as the Henry's law. The mathematical expression of Henry's law, P is equal to Kh into x. The Kh is called Henry's constant. Next one is for a different gas having different Kh value at the same temperature. Next one is the Kh value. The higher the value of Kh at a given temperature, lower the solubility of the gas in a liquid. Kh value for oxygen and nitrogen increases with the increase of temperature. On the other hand, we can say that the solubility of gases the solubility of gases in water decrease with rise of temperature. The aquatic species are more comfortable in cold water than hot water. The aquatic species in cold temperature, they have more amount of oxygen to breathe. But in the case of hot condition, the dissolved oxygen is very less, so it is not comfortable for the aquatic species at hot temperature or warm winters. They are more comfortable in warm winters. Proves that the increase of temperature decreases the solubility of gas in a solution or in a water. Next one is Henry's law finds several applications in the industry and explains some of the biological phenomenon. Soda water or carbonic acid. Soda water or carbonic acid is made with the high pressure. The bottle with high pressure, a bottle sealed with high pressure. The bottle sealed with high pressure makes the solubility of carbon dioxide in water. That is called carbonic acid. So the soda water bottles are made with high pressure, gives the good solubility of carbon dioxide in water. Next one is the scuba divers. The scuba divers are using the cylinder for breathing, that oxygen is filled with high pressure, thereby they can breathe well under the water with high pressure. But they come to the surface due to the pressure difference above the surface or above the surface of the water level, the pressure is very less. Thereby they find difficult to breathe with the high temperature cylinders. This causes the bent in their bends. That is, the dissolved gases leads to the formation of bubbles of nitrogen in the blood. This blocks capillaries and creates a medical condition called bends, which is painful and dangerous to life. To avoid such bends, now the effect of concentration of nitrogen in the blood tanks used by scuba divers are filled with air diluted with helium. Thereby it avoids the bent condition. The cylinders contain 11.7% of helium and 56.2% of nitrogen and 32.1% of oxygen. Next one is the condition called anoxia. What is anoxia? At high altitude, the partial pressure of the oxygen gas is less than the ground level. That is, at high altitude places, the dissolved oxygen is very less. So the persons at high altitude or the climbers could not get sufficient oxygen in blood. So they became weak and unable to think clearly. Symptoms of that condition is called anoxia. So so that explains the variation of gas in a solvent medium. The next one is effect of temperature. The solubility of gas in liquid decrease with rise of temperature. As the dissolution is an exothermic process, the solubility of should decrease with increase of temperature. So in the case of gases, the increase of pressure increases the solubility, but the increase of temperature decreases the solubility. So these factors explained anoxia, water bends, and the making up of soda water or carbonic acid. Aquatic species are more comfortable in cold water as they get more amount of the oxygen. And Henry's law, P is equal to KH at X. The case of solid in a liquid, the increase of temperature increases the solubility, and the pressure don't possess much effect in a solid in a liquid. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you.